Hello, everybody. We didn't even give you like an action. You're a pro. You know what you're doing. Welcome, everybody, to the Medicare Cafe. This is a special edition podcast. I am so excited to be joined by truly one of my best friends of the industry. Been known as both, I think, aliases, the Brad Pitt of Medicare, and also somehow Spider-Man. That's where we've come to. That's how long you and I have been friends doing this, and all that happened within the last year. So there it is, what it is. But again, guys, somebody who should be a familiar face to a lot of you guys has been a person who we've had on our show before and have done webinars and series in the past. My bestie, my good friend, Mr. Bill Kiray. So, Bill, your current title, you are an integrity employee. You are basically our contact to the integrity world, and your title is Vice President of Partner Engagement.
That is correct.
So what does that mean? For those of us, because again, most of our audience are going to be our agents, our best friends. What does that mean? How do you make sure that our agents are getting and feeling the support via us, via integrity? Tell me about your life.
So thank you for having me. It's great
Excited.
It's great to be with you, as always.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that what I do that impacts your agents,
mm-hmm.
your audience, is I am working really closely with your group as mm-hmm. well as a number of other integrity partners to figure out ways that you can better deliver value.
Sure.
You know, in terms of what's the best way for you to build value around lead generation? What is the best way for you to build value around mm-hmm. sales development? How can we create opportunities that you're able to take out and help agents better build their business? Sure. So there's a lot of things that I work on, but if you really boil it down, I'm working every day to help our partners, including your mm-hmm. group, better position agents for success.
So I know I've got to see this transition of I worked with you back, you always in your previous life, back when you worked, managed, trained agents at an FMO, Nice Lawson Fleming. That's where I met you, and transitioning into this role of kind of, helping us grow and finding opportunities. But I don't think a lot of people who maybe didn't see you in your earlier work, but you were and continue to be one of the elite agent trainers. And I think something that's really interesting working with you is that there isn't an area where I think you lack in knowledge and confidence and value that you can add, whether it be training methods, sure, but you also have sales support, carrier support, product support, agent support, recruiting support. You kind of have the ability to do all of that in one just very well-dressed package. I did notice the pocket square. I know you're a pocket square guy because we get to watch you do these big presentations on behalf of integrity to all of us, and every month I'm texting you like, it's a hell of a pocket square, my guy. It looks great, and you came out and showed out today for that.
Well, here's the thing. If you do the pocket square right, you don't mm-hmm. have to do a tie.
You don't have to do a tie.
And guess what? I'm done with ties. I'm done with that.
Okay, now you're going to hurt our electronic cat, Mr. Business, who is wearing, if you saw the cafe episode about our carrier vibe check, that's what our Medicare Cafe episode was, a carrier vibe check, which is something that I know you have a lot of experience of what are the carriers feeling right now. But again, you look sharp, you look great. Here.
Oh, I dressed up exclusively for your agents.
I assume.
I don't do this every day.
They deserve that. They deserve that right best version of you.
Yes, they do.
So I know that you have it in you. I know that you have the knowledge. I know that you have the history. I'm going to test that history and that knowledge from you today.
You know what? Bring it.
And here's what I love about the cafe is that it's pure chaos. I call myself the chaos coordinator. So we've played this game in the past. We played it with Kiray, who, as you know, Kiray is an active agent with us. It's a game called Yuck or Yum.
Yuck or
and
Yuck.
I have to be very careful. There's certain hashtags you can't use when talking about the game Yuck or Yum. What this game is talking about, I'm going to name something that is really popular in the industry, or maybe something that might be a little notorious in the industry. And I'm going to give you no time to think about it. I'm going to name the topic, and then we're going to count to 3, and we're going to give our opinion.
At the same time?
At the same time.
All right, so is this like rock, paper, scissors, or it's like 1, 2, 3, shoot? Are we saying it on 3, or is it 1, 2, 3, and then say it?
1, 2, 3, and then say it.
Good
So, yes. The only difference between this and rock, paper, scissors is that you don't have a chance to win because it's my show.
We'll see about that.
I'm anything if not honest. So, and again, what I love about this is if we agree on it, we'll kind of say like, okay, we can be friends still. This is why. If we disagree about it, then there's a debate. date. And
is Matt Carson going to come in with a hook and pull me off if I disagree too many times?
Listen, Matt Carson has been chased off this show more times than he's been invited. So I think I've had Matt Carson. Matt Carson, for those of you, is our vice president of sales at Senior Marketing Specialist. And he doesn't pass the vibe check. He wants to talk about numbers and projections. And that's just not the vibe I have for this. So
let's do yum or yuck. Let's do it.
Let's do yum or yuck, a.k.a. yuck or yum. The first one's a doozy. Are you ready?
I am always ready.
Yuck or yum, on a count of three talking about this, but advising agents to write non-commissionable plans. Non-commissionable PDP plans, I should specify. Should an agent write a non-commissionable PDP? 1, 2, 3. Yum. I did not expect that.
Okay.
I did not expect that. So why are you a yum? We both agreed. We both right.
So I literally could go both ways on this.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be wishy-washy.
Okay.
I'm more yum than yuck.
More yum than yuck.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And so
it's like and it has an aftertaste problem, but you're still gonna eat it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It's sort of like that food that you eat that you know is not going to agree with you in an hour, but it tastes so good.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out my lactose friends.
Right. So here's how I come at this. I come at this from what is the bigger piece of revenue. And the bigger piece of revenue on a PDP is the med sup plan that is going with it. Mm-hmm. And I had this conversation with a number of agents that I know and agencies as well, where I said, listen, you can put someone in a commissionable PDP that may be much less appropriate for a consumer. But if an agent comes in behind you and says, well, your agent clearly doesn't care about you because they didn't put you in this other plan, they're going to flip your sup.
Yeah.
And do you want to risk a minuscule commission on a commissionable PDP to lose your sup? Okay. If it's a consumer for who I don't have the PDP plan, I'm probably thinking differently about it. But at the end of the day, I can understand both sides of this because, as my good friend Galen Hendricks says, doctors don't work for free, and neither should we.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, I would be advising agents to protect their sup business, regardless of the position on the PDP.
I agree completely. I think revenue is such a good point there. The referral opportunities, because so many agents are choosing to not do PDPs anymore. And I think it's like it's like a dentist who won't do teeth cleaning, so only do the extractions and the fillings. Like you want to go to somebody who's taking care of you holistically. If I can find someone who does it all, then I'm going to work with the people that do it all. I would say I would be a yuck if you are somebody who hasn't adopted technology yet. If you are still seeing every PDP client is going to have an hour-long face-to-face appointment during AEP, then I think you do have a fear of losing some revenue because you're.
Oh, that's a non-starter.
You just can't do it. So if you're using like Medicare Center, Client Sync, and adopting non-face-to-face appointments for those PDPs, or at least setting the right expectation that like, hey, the PDP appointment's not going to look like it did 2 years ago, then that's a different conversation.
So to that point, I know an agent who is in my home market in Western Pennsylvania who I know really well. And they use Client Sync, which for those of you who are not using Medicare Center, Client Sync essentially you can send to all of your clients you have profiles built for a link via email, via text in September as like, hey, update your docs, update your drugs. If it's just a PDP, they're just updating their drugs. And client goes in and does this. You can roll out that PDP appointment in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this particular agent, he had like 200 MedSup clients, and he blew it out.
Just blew it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a week. Because not everyone needed an appointment because when he went in and did the quote prior, it was like, you're staying where you're at. You're staying where you're at. You're staying where you're at. And so I think he only had to move like 100 people. And so it was like 25 hours in a week. Bang, he had them all done.
Well, and it's interesting. Not everybody needs an appointment, but everybody needs communicated with.
Yeah,
and so
agreed.
being able to say you have confidence, you're good this year. As long as I have your updated drug list, you're set. Then that's perfect. That's not an appointment. You can do those whenever. Again, like I understand how AEP works. Your day doesn't end at 5 o'clock, doesn't end at 6 o'clock. But it's a lot easier to have that conversation.
The day ends at any point?
Does the day end? I'm not familiar. Do you remember the days where AEP, like where you had a downtime? When there was a downtime where like it didn't feel like AEP 12 months out of the year?
I do remember that.
That was early in my career. That was not lovely times. I wrote a lot of handwritten like thank you cards, and I think my carpal tunnel is from the down days or an early senior marketing.
My golf game was a lot better then.
I did say that to somebody the other day. By the way, conversation for a different. You guys, you'll get bored with my golf story. It's a good one though. I'll tell you about it.
Okay, rock on.
Second, yuck or yum. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sales events, more importantly, kiosks, booths, kiosks during AEP for an agent. Yuck or yum? 1, 2, 3.
Yuck.
I'm shocked. Man, we're more on sync than I thought we'd be.
Okay.
So I'll start. I'm a yuck with doing AEP, and I really thought that you were going to be a yum because you and I used to work together on getting agents set up in Walmart. I think it was Walmart's and
Walmart,
Kroger's,
all the things.
So listen, I see the value of it, and I see the value when you're an agent that you have nothing else to do. If this is your first AEP and you're just trying to figure out, because no activity is better, or sorry, this activity is better than no activity, but it ties you up. You have a lot of red tape that you're associated with.
Once the sales events are filed,
they're in, and it's valuable time, it's valuable dollars, and you're in, and that was your responsibility. If you can't be there, that's still your fault. It's your responsibility. It just takes up a lot of mind space during AEP. If you have nothing going on, you don't have a client, you're brand new, your first day of work is October 1st, I think it's a lovely idea. I don't think agents need to do it. Your thoughts?
Okay. So I'm going to give you a phrase that I've said a number of times before
I love it
that
already.
I know you've heard.
Okay.
And that phrase is hope is not a strategy.
I've
Okay.
heard that.
Yeah. So when you are working a booth at a Walmart, at a Kroger, at a Rite Aid, at a Dollar General, you name the retailer du jour, whatever it is, okay? You are hoping that consumers will walk by, and through the power of your incredible personality, you are able to draw them in to then start having a conversation with you about their medical health plan needs. Now, here's the thing. Do I know that there are agents who generate a lot of business that way?
Yes,
I
do.
do know that. That being said, if you gave me 10 agents, think about the time.
So much.
The time. Now, if you're working it as a team, like
Yeah.
maybe you have a small agency where it's you as the principal and you got 4 agents, and maybe they're fairly green. Okay, you want to get a Walmart, you want to have each of those agents work like 8 hours a week in the store. So you got 32 hours of coverage between your 4. Nobody's getting overly wrapped up in that thing. Okay. But, to me, the cost benefit analysis, that's a technical term, on
SWOT analysis, that's another technical term. I just want you to know that I know what that means.
I know you know terms.
Okay.
I know you do. The time investment versus return on that, to me, is just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And here's the agent who it makes sense for. New in the business, does not have funds to do any sort of other types of lead generation, cannot get help from a FMO like McNerney Management Group, or any other integrity partner.
That's right.
Who can teach
But
them.
especially MMG.
But especially MMG. But, they don't have access to someone who's going to teach them how to do community-based marketing at senior centers, at provider offices, at any number of different things.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, this is my last resort with little experience, no budget.
Yep. And here's what the thing I don't like about, honestly, sales events in general. I'm more of a education, but more so like a marketing event. I love branding events that aren't CMS. What am I trying to say? Not involved. Get them out of there. Is that you're spending your time, energy, resources promoting someone else's brand. Because you're there at a tablecloth, at a banners, at everything. It is a carrier-specific booth. More times than not, every time, but more times than not, you're working at a carrier-specific thing. So you're tying your face, your name, your legacy, your branding to something that's not even yours. And they have enough money at the carrier world to build their own branding. You don't need to spend yours doing it.
See, I'm going to yuck that.
Oh, yuck that. Go.
I'm gonna yuck that.
Okay, I love it.
So here's the distinction I would draw with that. We got our first disagreement.
I love it. I'm ready to go.
It was on a side point. It was
I'm
on a
ready to
corollary.
fight.
But okay, we can scrap. With a Walmart, Walmart isn't advertising that hey, come in between this date and like, it's not like they're actively driving people there. Now, are there some things that they're doing to get more attention to the agents in 26 than maybe in 25? Sure. Okay. But there's no pervasive marketing campaign to drive Medicare age consumers in a tactical fashion to that booth. Now, if we're talking about a carrier table setup,
Yes.
the carriers are advertising that.
Yes.
And you know the only thing better than making money is making money when someone else is paying to do the advertising.
Yes. That I do agree with.
And once one of our fabulously trained and educated agents engages with a consumer that Aetna, Humana, Essence, United, Devoto, whoever paid to get there, that client is that agent's, and the agent will never let them go.
That's very true. I think for me, I use carrier branding. If you're new and you don't have a brand, you don't have recognition, no one knows who you are. Carrier branding is a fast way to gain trust because they don't recognize you, but they're familiar with the brand.
Sure.
And familiarity equals trust. So I like it as like you're right, to an entry point. Like I don't know who you are, but I'm familiar with that brand. I trust you innately a little bit more.
Trust by association.
Trust by association. However, there is also this thing of how many people we hear all the time will walk up to that table. My cousin's neighbor's dog walker had United Healthcare or had Aetna or had Humana, and they didn't pay for her broken leg. And then you end up getting, like, when you associate too closely with that brand, they're uneducated consumers. They don't know that that's not the same company that they're dealing with now, or left hand doesn't talk to right hand, but they see that brand. So you're putting all of your eggs in the basket of this is a brand that's worth approaching, and that I'm not saying bye to business or losing that trust or getting negative connotation because they had a bad experience with that brand.
See, I can see that, Olivia, but here's the thing. That consumer isn't mad at Bob Smith agent who's sitting at the table.
They don't know that.
Yeah,
the agency, they want a reason to be mad at somebody a lot of the time.
But that's a consumer that Bob Smith didn't pay to get there.
Touche.
And you know what? If Bob Smith isn't able to turn that person around, it didn't cost Bob anything.
True. That is true. That is fair. I think if that is your option, you're going to do it, then 100% I can get behind it. I think my preference is to have, again, an agency branded booth or an agency brand, which in that case, a lot of times it's not a sales event. It'd be one of those marketing or branding events that we've talked about. So if I have a choice, my choice is not that. I respect your opinion.
I respect yours.
All right. I think I know what this one's going to be, and I think I'm just setting this one up. Oh, we're going to switch that one. That will be a last one if we still have time. Okay, the next one. Writing a suppressed plan. We saw that a lot during last AEP.
I just want to clarify.
Just clarify what suppressed is.
Because once you say 1, 2, 3, I got to answer.
Yep.
You're saying a plan that a carrier has shut off electronic enrollment,
correct,
but is still commissionable.
Still commissionable,
okay, I'm ready.
But is shut off the electronic enrollment. The agent has to submit a paper app. So should you write a suppressed plan? 1, 2, 3.
Double yum.
Double yum.
Double yum.
Oh, I just was a regular yum. I'm a casual yum.
Okay.
But you're a double yum.
I wasn't trying to be a one-upper. Are you mad?
I'm not mad. I'm not happy, but like I got
Okay,
it.
all right. I went double yum on that.
So why a double yum?
Okay, it's a double yum for a very specific reason.
Tell me.
Actually, I'm going to pose a question to you.
Ooh.
What is our agent's single most important exclusive responsibility?
Take care of the client.
Serve the member. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that I've heard an organization called the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
I'm familiar with them.
Say that our agents need to serve members, which they do, by the way. Mm-hmm, they do a great job of it.
Very familiar.
If an insurance company, in their infinite wisdom, filed a plan, a Medicare Advantage product in a particular market, and they went through an entire actuarial process where they determined that this is a viable plan from a financial perspective.
Because it's not just their say. They have to go through all the bells and whistles, and government has to say, we like that.
Right, and they put together what they think is a good plan, sends it to CMS. CMS has to look over it and say, yep, we agree, you can put this plan out there. And that plan goes out. And an agent is writing it. And then the carrier says, well, we're not going to shut it off. But we're just going to make it harder to write. We're going to stop electronic enrollments from happening. We're going to reduce it to paper, okay? And we can debate the thoughts about that offline. But if that plan is still available to be written, write paper apps all day. Like if the carrier truly wanted to shut it off, they would have made it non-commissionable.
That's
There were carriers that did that like crazy this past AEP. Saw a lot of that. But if the carrier said, well, we're not going to make it non-commissionable, but we're going to leave it available for enrollment, we'll take it on paper. Then write the paper. If that plan is like, if they suppress it on November 1st and on November 2nd, you're meeting with your clients and that is the appropriate plan, that's our mission.
Yeah.
Our mission is to serve the member with whatever plans are available on that day. So I say, if it's suppressed, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Serve your member.
So let me ask you, because I am also a yum. So I'm going to just for sakes of hee-hees and ha-has, let's pretend I was a yuck.
Okay.
For the record, very much a yum.
Yeah, with you.
So the carriers are telling us something with that, right? Either they want to slow down enrollment, or I've also heard, again, in some cases that they're saying we're getting too much call center enrollment, getting too much online. We want to slow it down, making it paper.
Okay.
What if, for an agent who is talking with their clients, they're looking for stability. They have clients that don't like the shopping process. They want to they're trying to make sure they're taking care of their clients long term. Is that a plan? It's a press plan, something that you're maybe saying, I wouldn't write that if you're not wanting to visit your clients again next year.
Okay. I can hear that thought process. Here is how I've always looked at this business since 2005. I know I don't look like I'm old enough to have been in the business in 2005.
The pocket square gives it away. I'm going to level with you. I'm just kidding.
Young guys do pocket squares too.
Okay.
Young guys hate ties. Just saying.
All right.
Hashtag it. I have always felt like if I'm engaging with a member, because I used to write business and it was never how I paid my mortgage, but I did it just to be sharp. I would say this, that it is my job during that appointment to put the member in the best product for the upcoming year with no thought whatsoever to the following year.
No thought.
None.
Okay.
And here's why. It's not like this is Med Sup.
Right.
Like if we're talking Med Sup, I am very much thinking about rate stability and long term, which is why I used to write a lot of AERP Med Sup.
Yeah.
And I would say to my clients, like, hey, listen, once you jump into this product, we get if it's turning 65, once we're 6 months down the road, something happens with you, you can't be under it, and you're stuck in this thing, or you're going to MA.
Yeah.
But with Medicare Advantage, every October you get a do-over, and so the carriers can change their benefits every year. So, there is anyone who feels like there is certainty around the stability of a particular carrier's plan benefits on an MA plan, they're fooling themselves.
Yeah. I say especially now. Like back
Agreed.
pre this, they were talking about some carriers, United Healthcare, they're on the table. They used to be strength, stability, hassle-free. Their average Medicare Advantage lifespan was close to their Med Sups. It was in that 6 to 7 year range. And so I feel like back in the day, stability of the MA was something that we held more precious. And you can tell, I know you're more equipped to handle the deaf research stuff than I am, or know more about it than I am, but that's what they're seeing. People who are new to Medicare are typically new to Medicare Advantage, and they understand, they're not loyal to their plans because been involved in this world where it does change dramatically year to year. Versus people who have been on Medicare for 5 years, 10 years, this is just blowing their mind because a lot of them have been on the same Medicare Advantage plans for years. So I think that you bring up a really great point. I think it's a continuing shift of going back to what we saw Medicare Advantages were prior to 2018, 2017, when there was a lot more variation year to year compared to what we're seeing now.
Yeah, I've always viewed this as a 1 year contract type deal.
Well, it's by definition, it truly is just a 1 year contract.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that we've is not so much AEP themed, except it should be AEP themed. It's going to be a cross-selling question.
Okay.
Thinking about policies that you're adding to a Medicare Advantage plan, right? Because we all know there's not a yuck or yum around this. Every Medicare Advantage plan should have, you should at least give them the option to purchase a hospital indemnity plan with that. Do you think it's better to have somebody write a cancer insurance rider on an existing hospital indemnity plan, so basically bundling that up, or do you think it's better to have somebody write a completely separate cancer insurance? So at the end of the day, you're going to have somebody, they're going to have a Medicare Advantage plan, hospital indemnity, and a cancer insurance. Do you bundle the cancer and the hospital indemnity so it's one policy, just a cancer rider, or do you write 3 policies? So I'm going to say, what we're going to say is it's better to write 3 separate policies, and that's going to be the So I'm saying agents should write 3 separate policies.
Bundle is yum.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bundle is yuck.
Bundle is yuck.
One hospital indemnity with cancer rider, that's yuck. One policy or 2 separate policies, one hospital indemnity, one cancer, that's going to be yum.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yum.
Yum. Oh my gosh. I'm wilding right now. So just so we're clear, because I set that up very poorly. Can you believe I speak for a living? I'm very good at this. But that one, I did very bad. So we're in agreement that if you're talking to somebody on a Medicare Advantage plan, that person should leave with 3 policies: a Medicare Advantage, a hospital indemnity, and a separate cancer insurance.
100%.
Okay.
Separate cancer.
Separate cancer. That would have been a better way of saying that. My voice, I really enjoy hearing it. So if I can really draw something out, I'm going to take that opportunity.
Do you know what my mother has said about me in front
I
of
can
people?
only guess. I can only. What a.
And I can say this because I guarantee my mom will never watch the show. Not that it's not wonderful, but
honestly,
my mom is not watching
rude.
Medicare content on YouTube. She's just not. She's watching other things. What those other things are, I'm not sure.
I'm going to send it to her.
My mother has said many times that my favorite sound is that of my own voice. She said that in front of me.
Mine said I had a face for radio. So, I'm actually living my dreams. Anyways.
Oh, my God.
So, why?
Why go separate?
Why go separate?
Okay. So, I've seen weird things happen.
Keep it related to Medicare, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
Regarding insurance policies, I've seen weird things happen with hospital indemnity premiums.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Yes.
And what I would not want my client to do is, I don't want to say be stuck, but be stuck in a hospital indemnity product that is skyrocketing. And then they're like, oh, crap, I want to get out of this, but my cancer rider's on here. What do I do? Yeah. I would rather they have the freedom to get the separate cancer policy. Okay, got that locked in. It's done.
Yep.
And then if I got to move a hospital indemnity plan, or somebody comes out with some new really super cool stuff, like the new super cool hospital indemnity product that we've got coming out.
Absolutely.
That I'm sure you've talked to your agents about.
Tons of times. Play along.
Shameless plug. I would rather them have that option.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the call. Because I've just seen a number of hospital indemnity plans get to a point, and then it's like, bang, rate increases, and
Got it. I think for me, I'm the same. I think that you absolutely should have a separate policy. I understand what that does to your appointment process. It does slow it down because you are having to do a completely separate application. Unless you're using it, unless you're working with a company that does both a hospital indemnity and a cancer, then sometimes you can bundle it separate policies. But I am very much under the approach of separate policies for a lot of the reasons what you're talking about. If somebody, and we did see this, we saw this more in 2025 AEP than we've had previously, but there are people who will drop their Medicare Advantage plan and go to a Medicare supplement. That will happen. It has happened, especially with the disruption in the market that people aren't used to right now. If they drop that Medicare Advantage plan, they're going to want to drop that hospital indemnity. And it's likely that they're going to want to keep that cancer. I'm actually a fan of MedSup and hospital indemnity combined. I'm a big fan of that. I got called out for my last Yuck or Yum. Kiray completely disagreed with me. But it is this case of when they have this and any type of value gets questioned on that plan, you want to make sure the client feels like they have full control over what happened and that they don't feel trapped in something. So saying, if you don't need that, or even on the other side of this, we're seeing a lot of people who are their co-pays of their hospital stays are getting larger.
Yep.
So then they didn't buy the insurance or the riders that say, okay, I can increase my premium or increase it up to a certain amount without going through underwriting. So they try to underwrite. They have to have a new plan for that hospital indemnity plan because they are getting a higher benefit amount. And now all of those waiting periods, all the look backs on everything on the cancer restarts as well. So I am a big proponent. It does complicate things, but the consumer doesn't have to know how complicated it makes it for the agent. It should be a pretty streamlined process. They only have to know about the coverages that they have, not the pieces together that you did to create this type of benefit package.
Here's what I just 2 things. Just further explaining my answer on this. Number one, this has nothing to do with comp. To me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 0%.
Well, the comp's the same, especially we look at some of our partners. Yeah. We compared the rider versus 2 policies, and it's the same coverage. It's the same comp.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm being very clear. Comp has nothing to do with this answer.
Very great.
The other piece is if you're in there and You've gone through a needs analysis. You've determined, okay, MA is the better option as opposed to SUP, or MA continues to be the better option. Then you go through the hospital indemnity app. By the time you get to the cancer app, I mean, how much do you have left really to ask?
Right.
You know?
Great point.
I mean, I do I think it's another 10 minutes? Maybe. You know, and at that point, you very clearly sold the client on this incredible value proposition that you put together. They don't care if it's another 10 minutes. They'll make you another cup of coffee.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
So tell me this, because we have what we again, I talk for a living. What we have that we've cultivated is our 8-step selling process. And what we do with our 8-step selling process is obviously you fact find. That's where the real cross-selling happens, is during the fact finding. Then you go to presenting the package. Then you go to shopping plans. And then after all that, it's only when you start the application. So you're really doing 3 applications all at the end. I think where agents can shoot themselves in the foot with doing the different applications is they sell a Medicare Advantage, they fill out the app. Now they try to do a hospital indemnity, they fill out the app. Yeah. Now we're going to try to do cancer. It's like when you fill out the app, that's them like actually checking out. Like they would check out of like a department store or something. Yeah. They don't want to go back in the store and find something else. They are checking out, they're on to the next thing. So that would be my big thing. If you're uncomfortable with that, if an agent finds himself being uncomfortable with that process and just cross-selling in general, change up your sales strategy. What am I trying to say? It's the end of the day. Change up your appointment process, because I think if you wait to do the full application till the end, it just flows a lot better.
The grocery store analogy is so on point. It is total gold.
Yeah,
you should use that all the time. If you
it's
don't,
almost like I've done this before.
If you don't use that all the time, you should need to. You should, because as you're saying that, I thought to myself, because I do the grocery shopping, because I love to cook, and if I'm going to cook, I want to be picking out the groceries. The literal worst thing is when you go to the grocery store and you go through and you get the stuff, and then you're coming out and you get a phone call from your son, from your daughter,
hey,
from your special someone. Oh, hey, I forgot to tell you, we need blank. And you're literally like getting ready to push the cart into the parking lot. And you're like, are you kidding me? I have to turn around and go back in there? It's the worst feeling. So from a client's perspective, it's like, I checked out. I'm done. Wait, we're talking about something else?
No, I'm out.
Done.
I'm already planning out what I'm going to get at Auntie Anne's after this. I'm done. I'm ready.
Auntie Anne's pretzel is...
I don't know where that came from. I don't even like pretzels. It just came to me.
Auntie Anne's pretzels is such a treat.
Ugh, I hate
Every
that.
time I go to the mall with my kids, we park at the entrance by the Auntie Anne's, so that when we're done with all the mall shopping, we are hitting the Auntie Anne's. It's like the reward at the end of the shopping trip. It's great.
I regret even bringing it up. That's my yuck. We've disagreed twice on this.
You're totally missing it.
Well, this is, again, we've been doing this now we've recorded about a 30-minute episode. And so I had one more, but I think it's a setup. I already know the answer. And it was going to be, do you underwrite? And it's kind of a trick question, but you're smart. You've got a pocket square. You know what you're doing. The question was going to be, do you underwrite a med sup if they're in a guarantee issue window?
If they're in a guaranteed issue window.
This is actually a trick question. If they're in a guarantee issue window, do you underwrite them on a med sup? So I'm going to count to 3. We're doing this now because I really thought that you were just going to have this one canned and ready to go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yum.
Yes.
Yum. You said yes.
I'm
We still
sorry.
agreed. The rules aren't that hard, Bill.
I'm sorry.
I lost faith
I was
in
really
the pocket
dialed
square.
in on the yum or yuck like the whole episode.
You did really well. This is your first mistake.
Although I double yummed and you were like, you're just trying to be a one-upper.
Honestly, I've learned a lot about you throughout this experience. But I do, and again, the big thing is where I think a lot of people are going to say, you can't do that, DOI, you can't ask medical questions if they're guarantee issue. My big thing would be offer the plan in. And at least underwrite to see if they can qualify for a plan N. Because it is true, if somebody's in a guarantee issue window, whether it be like a state window, a birthday roll, or Missouri anniversary.
But not all plans are available to them. And so making sure, again, like a plan N, very rarely, unless it's an anniversary or birthday rule situation, plan N will almost always be an underwritten plan. And it is a plan that is emergent in popularity due to the stability and due to, again, just the low rates. So to that point, I think agents actually have to do it They have to ask those questions because otherwise they can't even talk about it.
Right.
Like, the consumer has to understand, well, can I only have G or could I have N? Well, I don't know if you could have N. Like, let's talk about your health situation. And then I can tell you, like, yes, you can have N, or no, you got to take G.
It's like the classic soft close, and it's like the give and the pullback, right? It's like, oh, well, let's even see. Like, we'll talk about it. Let's even see if you qualify for the N. Like, let's even see if you qualify that. And when you kind of take that away, they're like, well, I want it. You telling me I can't have it, but I want it now. So it's a fun way to kind of like when you flip a coin. Like if it's heads, I'm going to eat Dairy Queen. If it's tails, I'm going to eat McDonald's. And then it lands on one. I regret everything. And it lands on one. You're just like, I'm really disappointed.
We need to leave and go get pretzels.
I don't even like pretzels. What was I thinking? I don't know. I need comfort food. This AEP has made me really carb up. Because I think of the amount of energy I'm expecting to spend. I've been carbing up big for this AEP.
Well, I may have heard that there's someone in the office who makes sourdough bread from like a starter from the 1600s. So I think you can find some high-end carbs in this building.
Shout out, Kiray. Call back. We got a true listener here. Guys, thank you so much for watching this special edition of Medicare Cafe with me and my best friend, Bill. Hopefully you guys got some. I didn't know that we were going to be so aligned on this stuff, so I feel better about my decisions and what I'm doing with my life.
I feel smarter because I agreed with you.
Oh, again, the pocket square is working for you.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, obviously you can always reach out to us at Senior Marketing Specialist, 1-800-689-2800. Before we go, Bill, any final words of wisdom or any thoughts to help these agents as we prepare for AEP, as we get into it, or just like in life in general that's not pretzel related? Okay,
so I'm gonna hit you with a quick parable.
Okay.
Okay. It's a fun word. So I think about this upcoming AEP, and I'm gonna look directly at the listeners. I'm talking to you.
Talking to you.
I think about the story. It is intimate. The story of the mule and the well. So here's the story. This is how this relates to this AEP. So there's this old mule, served a farmer for a very long time, but getting towards the end of his life, was walking through the field, and all of a sudden he trips and falls into this well and falls down the bottom. And he's down the bottom of this well. He's looking up, and it's like 12 feet above him. Like there's no way he's climbing out of there. Again, he's an old mule. Mules don't climb very well, by the way. They're not like Spider-Man. So then the farmer comes up and looks down into this well. And it's not a wishing well with like walls. It's like a farm well that's like basically a hole in the ground. The farmer looks down and is like, oh man, I don't know that it's even possible for me to get this mule out of here. Like, I guess I got to cut my losses. I'm just going to fill this well with dirt, and the mule's going to die down there. And so the farmer grabs a shovel and just starts pitching dirt into the well. Okay, super morbid. And the mule's at the bottom, and the dirt just falling on him. He's like, oh my God, the farmer's going to bury me down here. Like, I guess this is my end. And the mule's like, you know what? If I'm going to die, I don't want to die like this with dirt in my face. And so he shakes his coat and his face, and the dirt comes off, shakes off of him, and falls to the water in the bottom. And all of a sudden, the mule steps up, and then there's more dirt coming down. And the mule shakes it, and there's more dirt to stand on. And over a period of time, guess what happens? Ultimately, the mule just keeps stepping up on the dirt, and he gets out of the well. So the moral of that story is this. Like, if you think about plan degradation, you think about plan suppressions, non-commissionable plans, service area reductions, it can feel like you're at the bottom of the well. It can feel like that. Like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to go through another AEP like this? But for agents that are focused, organized, motivated, this is an opportunity. Because there are going to be agents. There were agents last AEP. There are going to be more agents this AEP who just can't get it done. So if you are able to help your consumers, your members, your existing book early, there will be all sorts of people in the back half of the AEP that you can help and grow your book of business. Because at the end of the day, adversity is an opportunity that you have not yet had the courage to see, like the mule. You just shake it off and step up. Shake it off and step up. And at the end of the day, that old mule got out of the well because he just refused to quit.
That's beautiful. I took from that just be a stubborn ass and don't go down fight without a fight.
You can say it that way too.
I love it. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you. A pleasure as always. Again, let us know if you have any questions. We are excited to help you. We are excited to serve you. Us, as well as the integrity folks like Bill, are here to make sure that you have the best AEP yet. Like Bill mentioned, this is the year for it. So here's how we end this.
Okay, let's do it.
So at the end, I say, so everybody have fun. Then you say, make money. And then we both say, and give impeccable service. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So everybody, have fun.
Make money
And give impeccable service. Thanks, guys. You nailed it the first time. Well done.